My skin looked like this for 2 years and now looks like this whenever I learned these 8 things. Basically, I have dealt with acne and acne scars for many years, and it felt like I had tried everything and nothing worked for me. But whenever I realized these 8 things, it has really helped my skin. First one is you need to figure out your skin type. This seems kind of obvious and kind of common sense, but for the longest time, I was just using random products that weren't for my skin type, and then I was wondering, like, why am I spending so much money on products that are supposedly good but they're not helping me? And all in all, it does not matter how much money you spend on a product. It does not matter how good it is. If it is not for your skin type, it's not going to help you, and it's probably going to do more bad than good. So basically, I will put on the screen how to figure out your skin type because it is super easy and super quick too. And the reason why you want to do this is because this determines everything, okay? Like, for example, I used to use a face wash that was for oily skin, and I don't have oily skin, and so I would use it, and I was like, why is my skin feeling like sandpaper after I use this? Come find out it's for oily skin, and I have dry skin, so obviously that did not work good for me at all. The second thing I want to talk about is making your skincare routine. So a lot of people want to overcomplicate it, and they want to think they have to use 14 serums and 27 creams and all this and that, when in reality, most people, depending on your skin concerns, most people on average only need a face wash, a serum, depending on like if they have skin concerns or not, a moisturizer, and an SPF. That's it. That's all you need. You don't need a lot of stuff. Now for me, I do use more than that. Like I have a serum and like acne medicine, which I'll get into in a little bit, but that's because I have different skin concerns. But all in all, that is your base. Those are the main things you're going to need. The third thing that I want to talk about is acne causes. So the reason that I want to talk about this is because in some cases, I know it's not always this easy, but sometimes in some cases, if you can figure out the cause and you can change that, that can change everything about your skin. That can make it so much better. So basically, to figure out the cause of your acne, you want to really think, when does your acne happen? Is it random? Does it happen after you eat certain things? Does it happen after you use certain products? Like, for example, for me, every single day after I drink a Diet Coke, I get a new pimple. So therefore, that tells me that the new acne is more than likely caused by the Diet Dr. Pepper or the Diet Coke or whatever. So therefore, I try to limit how much I drink of Diet Cokes and Diet Dr. Pepper. And it has definitely cut down on the amount of acne I get. I still get acne here and there, but it definitely helps. Another example is for a couple weeks I used the CeraVe Tinted SPF, and it's not a bad SPF, but my skin just didn't agree with it, and about a week or two after I started using it, I had a lot of redness and acne, and therefore I kind of assumed that was why, and then I stopped using it and went back to my normal SPF. I know it's not this easy for everybody, but another thing that you can do that can kind of help you get a little idea for the cause of your acne is basically you can search up acne types, and all the types of acne will come up, and there's usually like a picture that shows like what they look like. And then let's say, for example, you have like whatever type of acne, then you can search up the cause of that kind of acne, and that will kind of help you get a better idea on, you know, figuring out the cause. I want to show you guys my routine because I know that just because these products work for me does not automatically mean they're going to work for you, but I constantly am getting asked about my routine and what I use on my face. And if you have a similar skin type as me, this could maybe give you a little idea of some products to maybe look into or think about. So we're going to start off with my night skincare routine. So I always start off by washing my face with the Haru Huru Wonder Oil Cleanser. I have been using this one for 3 years now, and it is the best oil cleanser that I've ever used in my whole life. I cannot recommend this one enough. It is just so good. It gets everything off and out of your skin. Like, it doesn't matter if I wear sunscreen, makeup, I have lash glue on my eyes from putting fake lashes on. It does not matter what is on my face. This will get it off. It will all be off if I use this. And another thing about this is this does not dry my skin out. That is what I hate, because like I was talking about earlier, I have dry skin, so I have to be pretty picky with, you know, how I wash my face and what I use to wash my face. So I love that this does not dry my skin out. Then I like to double cleanse because I feel like that's really the best way to get everything out of my skin and really make my skin feel the cleanest at the end of the day. So then I just go in with the La Roche-Posay Hydrating Gentle Cleanser. This one is super good if you have dry skin. It's never made my skin feel dry. It's always gotten everything off my face, and it just works super good. And I feel like you get a lot of bang for your buck. Like, you get this whole bottle, and this is like 20 bucks, I think. You get 13 ounces, and this thing has lasted me forever. And then another good thing is that instead of having to buy a new one, you can get a refill. And the refill is like pretty cheap. It's cheaper than the bottle, so yeah. Then I use the CosRx AHA BHA toner. I love this one. This one is super good if your skin gets dry or if you deal with acne, because AHA and BHA are an exfoliant, so they are really good for your skin. Also though, if you have sensitive skin, I would say be a little cautious when using products that have exfoliants like this one, for example, because I don't have sensitive skin. But exfoliants sometimes can be kind of harsh for your skin. So if you're considering using this or a product that has an exfoliant in it and you have sensitive skin, I would definitely check, make sure it's safe for sensitive skin. Or, actually, if it was me, I wouldn't even use an exfoliant if I had sensitive skin. But I would just say, just be wary of it, be cautious, and if you're gonna use it, really monitor how it makes your skin feel and look. Then I'm going to go in with the Good Molecules Discoloration Correcting Serum. So I have been using this for about 3 weeks now, and I really like it because I tend to get some acne scars after I, have acne sometimes. And it's super frustrating because it's like, okay, my pimple went away that I just had for 2 weeks. You'd think I'd be done with it, but no, now there's a scar. And scars, at least in my case, take even longer to go away than acne. So this has really been helping me. This is not sponsored. None of this is sponsored. I'm just trying to tell you guys what works for me. None of this is sponsored, but I really like this product. It's super good, super affordable as well. I think this was like $6. I don't know. Super affordable though. And it has worked really good for me. This and the combination of wearing my SPF every day has definitely helped my scars lighten up a lot. And I really like this. Also, this has niacinamide in it, which is really good to brighten your skin and make it glowy. And then last but not least, I will use the La Roche-Posay Triple Repair Moisturizer. I cannot recommend this enough. This is so good if you have eczema or dry skin. This is what you need if you have dry skin. This is the best moisturizer in the world. This is not sponsored. I'm not getting paid to show any of this. This is just genuinely what I think works for me. This is the best. And even if you don't need a triple moisturizer, you have a double one and a normal one, this is the best. I don't care if this becomes $1 million, I'm still gonna buy it because this is the best moisturizer you could ever use. It is amazing. And then for the morning, so the morning is pretty much the same, but a couple things are different. So I don't wash my face in the morning. Occasionally I'll use water, but overall I don't like to do too much because, like I said, my skin gets dry. So for me, it's better off to just not even bother with washing my face in the morning. I will just go straight in with the CosRx AHA BHA toner. And then I will use my little serum. So this is the Discoloration Correcting Serum, which I showed you guys. I just go right on in with this. And this is what is different. I use this product, which I got from the doctor. This is clindamycin phosphate. And basically, I only use this in the morning. You do not use it at night. But this is for acne. So this has definitely helped my acne a lot. It's not a cure-all. I still get pimples, but it's a lot less than it was. So if you have acne and you feel like you've tried everything, I do recommend to talk to your doctor or a dermatologist or whatever, because they could recommend you a pill or a cream or something that maybe could help you. And then last but not least, I will always use some SPF. SPF is super important. I feel like we really underestimate how important SPF really is, because it is the most important thing. I don't care if you don't do anything else. You need to put on your SPF every day. So this is the BDS SPF. Now this is the kids one. Usually I would use the regular one, but I get it at Dollar Tree and I haven't been able to find the regular one recently, so I've just been going with the kids one. It's basically the same, I feel like, but yeah, this is just all I've been able to find, and I really like this SPF. I was actually a little nervous to try it at first because it is Dollar Tree and I'm like, what if it's not that good? But it is so good. There is never a white cast, and I put a lot on. I put a lot, because if you don't know, the recommended amount, I think it's a teaspoon. or a tablespoon or something. I'll put it on the screen.
It was at this moment that I learned I have been using over 4 times the recommended amount you're supposed to use.
I don't fully remember, but you have to use like a certain amount in order to get coverage from the sun. So I put a lot on, okay? Because when you put SPF on every day, that will prevent you from so many things. Obviously, we all know it'll prevent you from sunburn and wrinkles, but it will also prevent you from acne scars and hyperpigmentation and dark spots. So that is how my skincare routine has been looking. Maybe if you have a similar skin type as me, or you're just trying to find like some good products that you can maybe do your research on, I would definitely recommend to look at some of these products and see if you think they would work for you. The fifth thing is how to eat. So I feel like food affects your skin more than you'd think. I used to be the kind of person that was like, oh, food doesn't affect my skin, like I can eat whatever and also have good skin. No. Obviously for some people it affects their skin more than others, but food and drinks do affect your skin. They really do. So what I recommend to do is, first up, figure out if there's any foods that affect your skin, because like I said in the beginning of this video, every time that I drink a Diet Coke or a Diet Dr. Pepper, I always get a pimple because of the artificial sweeteners. So therefore, I try not to eat that specific artificial sweetener that much. I think it's like aspartame. I try not to eat that one that much because I know I'll get a pimple. Some people, like, regular sugar affects their skin. Just things like that. So try to think if you've ever eaten something and had a pimple after. Maybe that could be why. And then also, you obviously want to make sure to drink enough water, because that's going to help your skin be hydrated and glowy. And then this is a secret that I feel like nobody talks about, but it has really helped me. You want to eat your beta carotene, okay? Beta carotene is, I think it's like carrots and sweet potatoes. I eat them in sweet potatoes every day. You want to eat your beta carotene because beta carotene is so good for the skin. It helps your skin be soft and glowy and hydrated and bright. Like, it is the main reason of why my skin looks so good, because I've had pretty much the same routine for a while now, but I haven't always eaten my beta carotene. And once I started eating a sweet potato every day, my skin has looked so much better and so much more glowy and so much more brighter. And you wouldn't think that just a sweet potato a day would keep the ugly skin away, but it will. It really, really will. The sixth thing is things to avoid. Every single time that I see a video of somebody talking about skincare or how to heal your acne or whatever, they always talk about things to do, but they never talk about things to avoid. So that is what I'm going to be telling you guys right now, are things to avoid, things you want to stay away from, things you just do not want to do. Okay, the first thing is, you do not want to put your phone like this, up to your ear, having it touching your face. Absolutely not, okay? You do not want to do that, because your phone is probably the dirtiest thing you own. It is probably dirtier than your hands. It is dirty, okay? So that's all that bacteria is going to go on your cheek, and you're going to get some pimples from that probably, okay? So now I know obviously sometimes you got to do this, you know, to call people, whatever, but before you do it, clean it, or just clean it every day or once a week or whatever. Just make sure, you know, if you're going to do that, it's clean, because it's dirtier than you think, okay? Okay. The second thing that you want to avoid is not washing your pillowcases. This is kind of similar, because you put your face like this on your pillowcase all night. All night. Hours, okay? And you probably sweat sometimes too in that process. You probably do. And that's what's going to go onto the pillowcase. And your face is going to go onto the pillowcase, and then you're going to get that on your face. And that could be a big cause of pimples. So what I recommend to do is, I recommend to get a silk pillowcase, because silk pillowcases do not hold the bacteria as much as like a regular one. And then I also recommend to wash it about like once a week. The third thing you want to avoid is things with lots of scent in it. I constantly see so many products that are like strawberry scent or watermelon scent, and it's like, that is so bad for your skin. You do not want to use a product that is scented. Your product should have little to no scent. You do not want something that is scented, because that is very harsh for your skin, and that is going to be very bad for your skin. None of the products I use are scented. I will never get a product that is scented. The next thing that you want to avoid is harsh scrubs. I don't know why it is the big 2026 and I still see people using scrubs on their face. Now, I'm not being mean, because I used to use them too before I knew that they were bad. But why are we rubbing that on our face? Like, it's like harshness on your face. That is going to damage your skin barrier so bad. As long as you have a good face wash, you should be good. Like, you shouldn't have to go up in there with a scrub. If you really need an exfoliating, you can get a product that has exfoliators in it. Like, for example, this toner has exfoliating products in it. You don't have to get a scrub that is going to damage your skin barrier. No, no, no. The last thing to avoid is makeup wipes. These are so common, and honestly I see why they're so common, because it's easy. You just wipe the makeup off and you're good to go. But it doesn't actually wash the makeup off and out of your pores. What it does is it wipes a layer off and pushes some into your pores, so therefore your pores clog and they're not actually clean. And when your pores are clogged, it leads to acne and just so many issues. So instead, for removing makeup, what I recommend to do is get you an oil cleanser. Like I said, this is my favorite one, the Haru Haru Wonder. This should get everything off. In my 3 years that I've been using this, I have never had an issue with this not getting my product off. I've never had an issue, okay? This will get everything off. It'll get everything out of your pores, and you will feel so clean after this, and you will never have to use a makeup wipe again. The seventh thing is dermatologists. So for some people, products alone will not fix your skincare concerns. And that was what had happened for me. I had really stubborn acne, and it felt like I was trying everything. I would do everything to fix my skin. I would never touch my face unless my hands were clean. I would never skip my skincare routine. I did a lot of research on the products that I used to make sure they were good for me. I would wash my pillowcases often. Like, I felt like I was doing everything, okay? And just nothing worked. So therefore I decided to look into like prescription products, and that is whenever I got the clindamycin, and this has worked really good for me. Like I said earlier, it is not a cure-all. Just because your doctor recommends you a product does not mean it's going to fix your issues. It does not mean it's going to work for you, but it can, because doctors or like dermatologists, they really know what they're looking at, okay? They can look at your skin and be like, oh, this is the cause, or oh, this is your issue, or this is the cure, you know? So I really recommend to go to a dermatologist or something if you feel like you've tried everything, because you could get a cream or a pill or something that could fix it. You never know. Also, I want to say, never think your skin isn't bad enough to go to a dermatologist. Do not think this, okay? Because I used to have acne, and was it extreme? No, it was not extreme, okay? It was not. But that doesn't mean that they can't prescribe you something that could help. If you have been dealing with it for years and you have tried everything, go to the dermatologist, go. Okay? Now, if it's just one little pimple here, don't go to the dermatologist, obviously. But like I said, for me, I had been dealing with it for years. I had tried everything and nothing worked. So that is why I went and got this medicine. But never think that yours isn't bad enough, because it probably is. Unless it's just one little pimple here, it's probably bad enough, probably. And the last thing that I want to talk about is just some little tips and tricks that have helped me. So the first one is, do not wear makeup every day, because yes, makeup is designed to go on your face, but it still can have harsh ingredients in it and things that are bad for your skin that are making it, have acne or whatever. So I recommend to have about maybe 2 days at least out of the week where you just give yourself a break from the makeup and you just do your skincare and you don't wear any makeup. This has helped my skin so much, because used to I would wear the makeup every day, and then I was like, oh, why is nothing fixing my skin? And then I stopped wearing it every day. And was it a cure-all? No. Did it help? Yes, it did. Another tip is brush your teeth before you wash your face. This is a little thing that I feel like you wouldn't think would really make a difference, but it does. Because think about it, whenever you brush your teeth, you have the toothpaste all around your mouth, and yes, you can wipe it off with a napkin or whatever, but you're not actually getting it off. And I used to be the kind of person who had a bunch of little bumps right here. All over here, I'd have a bunch of little bumps. And I never knew why. And then I started to brush my teeth before I washed my face, and they all went away. And come to find out that was the cause. And yeah, those are my tips and tricks and what works for me. Obviously, just because this routine or these things work for me does not automatically mean that it's going to work for you and make your skin look just like mine. But these are what have worked for me. These are just some recommendations of things you can try, or things that you can maybe take into consideration. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Do not forget to like and subscribe, and my other social medias are in the description below.